If you haven't noticed yet, the market's going through some very big changes. While there's a lot of uncertainty as to exactly what's going on and how everything will play out, it would certainly appear that Elon Musk just saved Tesla from what could have been a very nasty drop in share price. In this video, I'm going to be telling you exactly why Tesla stock is splitting and whether or not buying in is a good idea. And we're going to be starting right now. Hey, what's going on? It's Pat from Top Ticker Trades. If this is your first time here and you want to learn how to grow your wealth through investing and trading stocks in the market, make sure you start right now by subscribing and tapping that bell so you never miss a thing. I'll see you in the video. Let's go. What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another video. Today, we're going to be talking about Tesla. More specifically, I'll be discussing the 5-for-1 split that the company announced yesterday. But first, let me start with a quick explanation of what that actually means. So, what is a stock split? Essentially, a stock split will increase the number of shares in a company, and as a result, the market price of the company's shares actually decreases. But this does not affect the total market cap of the company, and dilution does not occur. I just know someone's going to ask this next question in the comments, so I'm going to go ahead and save myself the time by answering it now. Do not buy put options thinking that you're going to profit based on the stock going down as a result of this split. That's not how it works. You're not going to make any money. Don't get me wrong. I mean, the idea is genius. It really is. Unfortunately for us, though, the market maker is going to adjust the option chain to reflect the new share price after the split. Okay, so I'm going to take about 30 seconds to explain and give an example of how a split actually works. So what I need you to do is very quickly imagine that you order a pizza. You pay $10 for this pizza and it is delivered to your door as one piece. In other words, it has not been sliced yet. So you slice it into 10 pieces, which means that you get one big piece, and you now turn it into 10 smaller pieces by slicing it yourself. So, do you still have the exact same amount of pizza? Is it worth more now that it's sliced, or is it still just $10, the same exact $10 pizza that you purchased? Obviously, the answer is that you still have the same exact amount of pizza, regardless of how many slices you have. Also, it's still only worth $10. So now, instead of having one big piece that's worth $10, you have 10 smaller pieces worth $1 each. So the exact same concept applies in our case with Tesla, okay? Except in our case with Tesla, each share of Tesla that you would own before the split turns into 5 shares then after the split. So Tesla just announced this split yesterday, and we did see that the market did react in a positive manner, which is a good sign. Why would Tesla want to split their stock? We'll get my take on that in just a moment, but their official answer was that they wanted to make stock ownership more accessible to investors and their employees, which this does, sound reasonable and like it's, would make sense for most normal companies trading at that high share price, but there definitely is more than that behind it. But first, let me go ahead and get these important dates out of the way before I forget. So the first date you need to remember is Friday, August the 21st, which is the date that you must be a stockholder of record by. And the next date is Friday, August the 28th. And this is when the additional shares will be distributed after close. So Monday, August 31st, that's when trading will begin on a stock split adjusted basis. So mark those dates down in your calendar if you're going to be jumping in, or even if you're already a shareholder, as these will affect you. All right, so now let's get down to business. Why would Elon want to do a stock split on Tesla right now? So to answer that question for you, and this is my take on it as I promised earlier, several factors, okay? take a look at what's been going on in the markets this week. First of all, people or investors are expecting rotations. All right. And they're expecting those rotations because we saw some tech stocks sell off. We saw a lot of stocks that were the top performers selling off. And we saw that the beat up stocks were getting purchased. So, for example, all the airlines, the cruise stocks, the hotels, Carnival was up over 12% on the week. RCL up nearly 17% on the week. Wynn up over 20% for the week. And we saw that Apple and Microsoft, they literally, started falling. And even Tesla went down about 9% earlier this week. Just yesterday, it was trading in the 1300s, which is really bad. In fact, Tesla is still down 5% for the month and up 5% for the week today as it started moving yesterday after close. And this was, of course, due to the split news being announced. But the market did take that announcement in a positive manner, as we saw a 6% move in the after hours on that news, and then a continuation today with the stock closing at 5% or being up by 5%. So what exactly does all of this actually mean? Well, as I said earlier, it appeared that Tesla hit a top and really started struggling. So still being down 5% for the month after moving up quite a bit over the last couple of days. On the split news, it obviously needed, Elon to basically bring it up, to come up with something to get the stock going the right direction again. And obviously, Elon doesn't want Tesla to crash because that would be bad for him. And I'm sure he's aware of the rotations or, has some kind of expectations of them. So he needed to formulate a plan, and what better way than to follow Apple's footsteps and do a stock split. Now, if you look at the timeline for this stock split, traditionally a stock split takes quite a bit of time. It can take months. And how fast is Tesla going to have their stock split? I mean, it was announced, on the 11th? And then by the 28th, if I'm not mistaken, shares are already going to be in your account. That's crazy, crazy, crazy fast, which has implications of its own. And to me, that basically means they were worried about Tesla share price falling, so to make something happen very fast in order to turn things around. And as we can see, it's working. So bravo, Mr. Elon. Bravo, board of directors for Tesla. Y'all did a good job. Which brings me to my next point now. What do we expect after the split? So we know what happens, after the split gets announced. Now let's talk about the after effect. So, as I mentioned earlier, the split itself does not actually, change the value of the stock, okay? Theoretically. But psychologically, that's a whole different story. So, you've got people that previously couldn't afford Tesla stock that saw it at 15, 16, 1700. And, they're going to remember that. They're going to want a piece of the action. And automatically they're thinking FOMO. Automatically they're thinking that the stock will go back to where it was. And we do have proof that for some stocks that is true and they go even higher. And I'll get into that in just a second. But, those people will buy in. So you've got retail investors that previously couldn't afford it. And then you've got institutional investors that, are working with a budget that can now buy more shares. And what I want to do is use Apple as an example, since they have had they're on their 5th split right now. And so, of course, not every company is going to trade like Apple. Apple is an exceptional company, but if I remember correctly, I want to say there's something like 70% of the companies that go through a stock split actually end up outperforming the market in the long term for the years to come. So um, I would call it, bullish. Maybe not so much in the short term, especially in our market right now. Um, let me rephrase that. In the very near short term, I would say, just like we're seeing now, we're going to see some movement up. But then at some point, investors are going to want to take profits. So you will have a period that's kind of, a standstill period where the stock will drop and then not have a whole lot of action, and then it'll start picking up again later. So be aware of that. But overall, I give my approval if you're an investor that's going to be buying in to hold for the long term, whether you buy before or after. In my opinion, I would wait until after that slowdown period, especially in our market today. Congratulations, ladies and gentlemen, you've made it to the end of the video. If you found this video helpful, I ask that you help this channel out by smashing that like button, as it motivates me to keep making videos just like this one every single day. If you're not a subscriber, you should consider subscribing, as I publish valuable content like this daily. You can do so from your screen right now, and if you want to check out more of my videos, you can click on the video that you'd like to see on your screen right now. Thanks for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video.